Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Welmu and MarineLorD on Prion Terraces. And I have a special guest with me today. With me is Heartless.
Hello, hello, how are you?
Doing so well this evening. How are you doing?
Doing alright, getting over some little respiratory thing, actually.
Oh, it must be winter, the time of respiratory infections. They love this time of year.
Pretty much.
Alright, so Heartless is actually, he is a caster. He casts with the SCV Rush casting league that I had a short stint with earlier last year. And he's also planning on starting his own YouTube channel. So I'm going to put a link to that in the description. Also at the top right, you'll have a link to it as well. So if you enjoy what Heartless does here with me, go ahead and click on him, check him out. Hit that subscribe for him as well and get even more StarCraft 2 action. Okie doke. In the bottom right of Prion Terraces, we have the Red Terran player representing Team Millennium and the nation of France. It is MarineLorD.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner, playing as the Blue Protoss, representing no one but himself, but with a sweet StarCraft 2 trophy, it is Welmu.
And I think we discussed earlier that Welmu is from Finland.
Yes, yes he is.
Again, a nation that doesn't seem to have too many top-tier StarCraft 2 players, but Welmu is participating in Nation Wars, which is where this is from. Found on LOTV.spawningtool.com by my screener Dominique. Again, thanks to him for that work. But in the meantime, StarCraft is happening. MarineLorD throwing down a proxy barracks.
I was about to bring that up. This guy has balls.
He absolutely is going for a proxy barracks against Protoss. I don't think I've seen this in a long time anyway, several months at least. So MarineLorD not going for the standard Reaper expand here, although he might be, just the Reaper's a little bit closer than usual, and indeed it is. A Reaper coming on out. The probe did not scout the correct direction, although now the probe has been scouting around, sees no barracks inside MarineLorD's base and says, proxy alert, where is it? What do I need to do to defend against it?
Yep, at this point, Welmu has definitely got to be going in on all cylinders, banging on all cylinders with scouting, trying to figure out what's going on. But this kid, he has a lot of game presence. He knows what he's doing. The only thing I wish he would have done is actually taken a little bit more of a secured natural instead of going straight for that gold, because he is going to have a little bit harder of a time holding this off, just based purely on the fact that it is a little bit further away from the base, and it's going to be tough to get his units closer to the action faster.
Yeah, and in the meantime, the Reaper is here actually going to town on these probes, has 3 probe kills, already up to 4, dodging this Zealot. I think his Stalker might be a better choice here. There is an Adept in play here for Welmu, but in the meantime, this Reaper can dance around that Zealot all day long, throwing KD8 charges, knocking those probes back, and the SCV is constructing a bunker inside Welmu's base as well.
Yeah, the proxy is so real. This is going to be different. This is definitely going to be really difficult for Welmu to hold, even with just 2 Adepts and a Mothership Core. I mean, yes, you will have overcharge a little bit, but it's only going to be able to hold so much. My question is, if Welmu can hold this, what is MarineLorD's? What is his play? How is he going to get out of this? Because now with the overcharge going down, Welmu does have a pretty good defense. And he should be able to hold this. I don't see him falling to this. The only thing that I really see any problem with is him being able to keep his natural alive, which is beginning to fall actually pretty quick.
It is. Reapers don't actually do extra damage to buildings anymore. The Zealot and the Adept trying to take down that bunker, but the Reapers pop back on in there and say, nope, you leave our bunker alone. Ladies and gentlemen, KD8 charge knocking that Adept back. The Zealot just about to die, almost dead, down to 11 total hit points. MarineLorD actually has a Cyclone on the way. Did make a Cyclone, sending it across the map now, also getting this Mag Field Accelerator upgrade that increases the damage done by the lock-on ability. Meanwhile, the Reapers just continue to harass this front, again with Photon Overcharge and this Mothership Core overhead. They can't really do a whole lot anymore. The Cyclone is going to come over and try to snipe down that Mother Core with the lock-on ability, but for now, it's not quite there yet, and the Reapers need to hold their own.
Yeah, the Reapers definitely got to hold their own. This is going to be really difficult for MarineLorD to hold, especially now with this Oracle coming out, because MarineLorD has put so much into this forward pressure that this Oracle could pretty much walk into well, not walk in, but fly in to MarineLorD's base and just absolutely wreak havoc on this mineral line. There is literally no defense at his base.
There is not. The lock-on ability there on that front nexus at the gold base actually doing quite a bit of damage, and now trying to chase down an Adept. Sonic Transfer being used, and KD8 charge knocking everybody back as well. Another Cyclone joins the battle. MarineLorD going for 2 Cyclones, forcing a cancel on a pylon there as well. Welmu is trying to mine from this gold base, but there are a bunch of units right outside here. The Reaper's going to take out those probes, no problem, and the Cyclone's moving right on into the main, using lock-on on that mothership core, and they do take it down.
That is such a huge pick-off. The question is, can Welmu hold on? 2 Stalkers and an Adept. Can he hold on against the Cyclones? Maybe, because the Cyclones aren't known for having a whole lot of health. So he might be able to, except he already loses one of the Stalkers. This is it, where the Oracle comes into into MarineLorD's base. He has to do so much damage here, as he is also holding this damage from these Cyclones. I'm not exactly quite sure how that's going to turn out.
So there goes the Pulsar Beam ability. The Oracle does pick up 5 quick kills. The SCV is forced to run. There's nobody to defend against them at all. Defend for them. No Marines, no missile turrets, nothing that can shoot up. 13, 14, 15 SCVs are completely getting massacred here. The Oracle forcing a cancellation on that barracks as well, taking more SCVs that thought they could mine while the Oracle was here, but the Cyclones are finally back home. They're going to chase down this Oracle using the lock-on ability and almost taking it out, taking the Oracle down to 20 total hit points.
And now it comes down to the game that is actually kind of, in a way, kind of reset itself. Because looking at the economies, Welmu's just a little bit ahead. He's not ahead by much. He's got 2 more workers. But that's about it. Their armies are relatively the same. The question at this point is now, who has the better production? And at this point, I actually think it's going to be Welmu. As long as he is able to take out the Cyclone and keep his Oracles alive. Can he do it?
Oh, one of the Oracles does end up falling there, but that other Oracle is an Executor with 20 total kills. Meanwhile, the Cyclones are back at the front lines. A Marine pops out of the bunker. This front Nexus here is not long for the world. That mag field accelerator upgrade made the lock-on ability do 400 damage plus 400 versus armored as well, which means they do so well against Stalkers. The Nexus does end up falling, long distance mining here from the probe, and now it's effectively 1 base to 1 base, although MarineLorD does have a second orbital command inside his main.
Yeah, and that's going to be absolutely huge when it comes to getting a better economy, because here we see MarineLorD putting down a couple more barracks. He is, I mean, you can churn out mules, you can get a lot more SCVs so much quicker. The fact that MarineLorD was able to pick off that Nexus against Welmu, is absolutely huge. That was such a big pickoff, and I think that is probably what is going to launch him into this next phase.
Could not agree more with you. Getting that Nexus means it is effectively 1 base Protoss now, and 1 base Protoss and Legacy of the Void is a problem because you mine out quickly. Look at these minerals inside Welmu's base already starting to glow as they lose their mineral count, and that second orbital command has landed in MarineLorD's natural. So here come the mules, here come the SCVs. It is 28 to 23 total workers in favor of the Red Terran player, and MarineLorD, I think, takes the lead at this point in the game.
At this point, I actually think he's just going to take the win. 4 Cyclones here. He's going to take down this Nexus again. Even with the Adepts coming in, they might be able to snipe one of these. No, they don't even... Yeah, no, they're not going to get anything for their troubles. This is it. The Nexus is going to fall. Not a question of that. And at this point, I don't know what Welmu can do to be able to get out of this.
I think Welmu is just going to be forced to actually get those Adepts in there and kill something, because this lock-on ability really hits hard on the buildings, and the Nexus does end up exploding. The second time that Nexus has fallen for Welmu, and you just have to feel for the Protoss player right now.
MarineLorD is just doing such a great job of keeping Welmu back. That's the story of this game so far. Welmu has been on his heels the entire time. I mean, he's oversaturated at his main. He's finally taking an actual good secure base. When he went back for this, when he tried to rebuild his Nexus, I don't agree with the decision to go for the gold. I really think he should have put it back down at his natural, because it's so much easier to hold that, especially at the ramp. And ultimately, I think that could possibly cost him.
Yeah, it was a little bit greedy on his point, but right now he does have a second Nexus coming up inside his own natural, but here comes a big push with Cyclones and a lot of Marines and a tank there. So
yeah, that tank is going to be huge.
16 Marines, a tank, and 5 Cyclones with a few SCVs in here to repair. Moving on in, it's just basically pure Adept here, and the lock-on ability can outrange those Adepts no problem, doing a lot of damage to them and killing almost 4 of them. 4 of the Adepts fall without doing a single bit of damage to MarineLorD's units there. The sentries are trying to throw down force fields and delay this push as much as they can. The Adepts trying to force the army away from that front door. They recognize if they go into the natural, there is not much that Welmu has to defend against this. Pylons are being constructed Photon Overcharge should be available as well. Is there a Mothership Core in the field? There's not. There's not a Mothership Core out. Never mind.
No, it's being rebuilt right now, and it's just barely half. This is going to be it. MarineLorD is going to push right in here. The Marines have such a high DPS, and with that tank on the low ground, well, actually, it's not getting targeted by the Adepts. It's just going to end up shooting, and there it is, GG.
And that's it, the GG from Welmu. Welmu's defeated. MarineLorD is victorious with that big army at the front door, and Welmu has left the game. Well, there you have it. A quick little 10-minute game there. A lot of action, though. That Proxy Reaper turning into the Reaper Pressure with the Cyclones mixed in. I don't think I've seen that many Cyclones in a pro game in a long time. It seems like Terran players do enjoy getting one Cyclone to defend against Warp Prism drops that tend to come into their main base. Lock-on ability does very well in that situation. But having multiple Cyclones and the micro that MarineLorD showed there to keep them alive was really key. And the damage that was done was just way too much for Welmu to overcome.
That micro was absolutely phenomenal, top notch. It's no surprise that you would see that kind of micro from MarineLorD because he is so good. Both of these players are so fantastic. Don't get me wrong, I'm not dogging on Welmu. He's actually one of my favorites. But that was just absolute top notch play by MarineLorD right there.
It really was. So that's it from us. This has been Heartless and Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe here on my channel if you haven't already. And again, visit Heartless. The link is in the description. He is an excellent commentator, and he really loves StarCraft as much as I do, and you do as well. Hey, more StarCraft 2 content for everybody makes everybody happy. So, again, that's it from us. And until next time, as always, thanks for watching, and you take care of yourself.